How to construct headlines using psychological triggers. There are 4 headlines as example to show how to construct one based on psychological triggers. Point 1. Psychological reasons why these headlines work like magic. This headline had only one of the psychological triggers mentioned. It had a curiosity factor, but it lacked a question, and it did not bring on the problem. Point 2. Which precise psychological reasons cause these headlines to work like magic? This one was pretty powerful. It came with a question, aroused curiosity, but it did not infer any problem. Point 3. Is your marketing strategy missing these precise psychological triggers? This one scored on all points on question, problems, curiosity, but there was one little discrepancy. It was appealing to the wrong target audience. This headline would attract people who were interested in marketing strategy, not headlines. We need to refine it just a little bit. Point 4. Are your headlines missing these precise psychological triggers? I believe this one was the most powerful of the lot. This headline not only contained all the psychological triggers mentioned, it was positioned precisely. It went for a niche audience and got their full attention. What's Abraham Lincoln got to do with headlines? He apparently said, if I had 6 hours to chop down a tree, I'd spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. What you need to spend most of your time sharpening is your headline. People are always in their own world, thinking about their own problems. You don't have the slightest chance of getting them to buy into whatever it is you're selling if you don't snap them out of their onirism. There's also another dimension to this sharpening gig. You cannot be totally satisfied with the headline merely if it have these 3 parameters: question, problems, and curiosity. The art is getting inside the brain of your customers. A slightly different headline will bring in as much as 20 times better returns without change in content. The only way you can know which headlines works better is to test them. Testing isn't as hard as you think. Put it in an email and send it to a dozen friends and colleagues. You'll soon get a pattern and probably some valuable feedback. It will help you carve a headline that will really get your customers' attention. You need all 3 psychological triggers working at once. No, you don't. A headline can work perfectly well with 1 or 2 of the 3 psychological triggers. In life, 3 may be a crowd, but in headlines, it's the more the merrier. Use the Power O headlines in your marketing strategy for your PowerPoint presentations, sale calls, emails, newsletters, articles, advertisements, and Facebook posts. Better headlines mean better bottom lines.